Hola clase. Today we're going to talk about the verb ser versus the verb estar. So make sure that you have your ser versus estar note guide available and that you're filling it in as we go through the PowerPoint. You have already learned the verbs ser and estar. You know that they both mean to be, you know their forms, and you've used them in sentences in class. Now we're going to compare them to each other. Since they both mean to be, you need to know when to use ser and when to use estar. Their uses are not interchangeable. There are rules that must be memorized and followed. So let's review the forms of ser. Remember that ser means to be. Yo soy would be Yo soy means I am. Tú eres, you are. Usted es, you are formal. Él es, he is. Ella es, she is. Nosotros somos, we are. Ustedes son, you all are. Ellos son, they are. And ellas son, they are. Pause the video and fill in the first part of Part A of the note guide. All right, let's review estar. Remember that estar also means to be. And yo estoy means I am. Tú estás, you are. Usted está, you are formal. Él está, he is. Ella está, she is. Nosotros estamos, we are. Ustedes están, you all are. Ellos están, they are. And ellas están, they are. So I also want you to take note here that the to form has an accent over the A. The usted, el, ella form has as well. And ustedes, ellos, ellas have an accent mark over the A. Please make sure that you indicate that on your note guide. Okay, pause the video and fill in the last part of Part A. All right, there's an acronym here, doctor. You can use this to know when to use ser instead of estar. So you take the letter, each letter of the word, and you break it down and give it another word. So for example, the D in doctor would be description. If you want to make a description, you want to use ser. Okay, here's another one. The O in doctor, occupation. If you wanted to say what someone does, use ser. The C for characteristic. If you want to talk about what someone is like, use ser. Time, again, would be ser. Origin, where you're from, ser. And relationship, that is also used ser. Another acronym, place, can be used when you want to use the verb estar. So for example here, the P in place means position. The L is location, where something is, for example. A is action. C is condition. And E is emotion. So let's break those down. Okay, on the back side of your note guide, Part C, it wants you to write example sentences in English and Spanish for each rule. So notice here, we're going to do ser with doctor. The first one is description. Let's write down the boys are tall. If you tell me that the boys are tall, you're giving me a description of the boys. Okay? Occupation, she is a doctor. Occupation is what someone does. So for the O, for occupation, we're going to write down she is a doctor. C, characteristic, I am smart. We're describing a characteristic of someone. Okay, so we're going to write that example, I am smart. T for time, examples here are today is Tuesday, it is 9:15 a.m., and tomorrow is February 12th. Okay, the second O in doctor would be origin. We are from Indiana. Okay, origin is where someone is from. And finally, relationship. They are my best friends. You're describing a relationship between yourself and other people. So at this point, pause the video and fill in the Part C of your note guide for doctor with the English examples. All right, now let's write the translations down in Spanish for those, okay? So the boys are tall in Spanish would be los chicos son altos. Occupation, she is a doctor. Ella es doctora. Characteristic, I am smart. Yo soy inteligente. And then these three examples for time. Hoy es martes. Son las 9:15 de la mañana. And mañana es el 12 de febrero. We have origin. We're from Indiana. Nosotros somos de Indiana. And relationship, ellos son mis mejores amigos. So let's pause the video and write those translations down as well. All right, let's move on to estar. We have our examples in English. Position, you are seated. Location, the food is in the cafeteria. Action, I am talking. Condition, the students are tired. And finally, emotion, we are happy. So pause the video and let's fill in the English examples for Part C of estar. All right, let's put the translations in Spanish now, okay? Position, if you want to say you are seated, you would say tú estás sentado. Now this asterisk here is to note that this is a concept that you will not learn about this year, but it's important that you understand estar is used to describe a position. So we're going to go ahead and write the example, but just know that you'll learn more about these concepts in Spanish 2 and 3. Okay, location. La comida está en la cafetería. You're telling me where the food is located. Action. Yo estoy hablando. I am talking. Again, there's an asterisk here because you will not learn this concept this year. Remember that to say I am talking, you can also just say yo hablo, and that's what you'll continue to do in Spanish 1. Okay? Next is condition. Los estudiantes están cansados. The students are tired, and that is their condition. And finally, emotion. Nosotros estamos contentos. We are happy. That is our emotion. Okay, pause the video and fill in the Spanish. All right, let's do some practice here. Practiquemos. Fill in the blanks of the correct form of ser or estar. All right, my grandfather is very smart. Okay, inteligente. We need to decide, is that a description, an occupation, a characteristic, time, origin, relationship? If it is one of those, we would use ser. Okay, we need to decide, does it mean position, location, action, condition, or emotion? If it's one of those, we need to use estar. So for this one, inteligente, I would say that that is either a characteristic or description, and both of those would require the use of ser. So for this one, we want to conjugate ser to say he is, which would be es. Mi abuelo es muy inteligente. All right, pause the video and do 2 through 10 on your own, and then we'll check our answers. Okay, so here we go. Número 2. Where is the bathroom? ¿Dónde está el baño? Here we should have used está because you're asking for a location, and location is estar, okay? Also, está is used in the usted, ella form because baño is masculine and singular, so it's like saying he. So you would use the el form of estar, which is está. Notice there is an accent as well. Número 3, are you from Panama? And there should be a question mark here, I apologize. But are you from Panama? This is a question of origin. Where are you from? So we need to use ser, okay? And the 2 form of ser is eres. 4, my mother is a secretary. Mi madre es secretaria. Okay, for this one, we're talking about occupation, what my mother does, and that is ser, so mi madre es. Okay, 5, I am angry today. Anger is an emotion that would require the use of estar, and the yo form of estar is estoy. 6, the class is big. La clase es grande. Here we've used a form of ser because describing a class as big is, again, a description or maybe even a characteristic of the class. Número 7, we are excited. Nosotros estamos emocionados. Okay, being excited is an emotion, and when you want to describe emotion, you have to use estar. And the nosotros form of estar is estamos. 8, the boys are my cousins. Los chicos son mis primos. Okay, we're talking about a relationship. Okay, describing that the boys are my cousins. This is a relationship between me and the boys. Okay, so we need to use ser. And chicos is like saying they, so we need son. 9, today is the 9th of April. Hoy es el 9 de abril. Here we're telling time, and we know that that is ser. And today is would be hoy es. Finally, my books are in the backpack. Mis libros están en la mochila. We're talking about location or position here, so we want to use estar. And the word books, libros, is like saying they or ellos. Okay, they are in my backpack. So we would use the ellos form of estar, están. Again, notice here there is an accent over the A. All right, write any questions you may have on your note guide and make sure you ask them as soon as class begins. There will be a 5-point mini quiz the next day at the beginning of class. Please take the initiative to watch the video and to watch the video more than once in order to fully and completely understand the content covered in the video and or to clear up any confusion. At this point, make sure that you fill out Part E of your note guide. Adios.